you have parents you work with, you have families working with, and practitioners, caregivers. Like, what are their key challenges, or maybe top 2, 3, 5 challenges that people face once they start to implement this approach?
I would say the hardest helping people get out of the heat of the moment
Mhm.
and start solving problems proactively.
Mhm.
We seem to be a heat of the moment species. Too bad. It
Mhm.
works against us a lot of the time. We're not always heat of the moment, but we're too often heat of the moment. I would also say that this big shift from the kid's concerning behavior and trying to modify it to the problems that are causing that behavior and trying to solve them, big shift. And I guess the last big shift is there are things that us caregivers feel like we want to do instinctively
Mhm.
in response to kids' concerning behaviors. And those things are punitive and exclusionary. We
Mhm.
want to do them. They're in our muscle memory. We might have been parented or treated the same way, so they're in there. They're in you, right?
Yeah.
Getting people out of the heat of the moment, which is when they mostly want to use those punitive exclusionary strategies, and helping them be proactive so that those strategies are less appealing.
Mhm.
I'd say those are the big ones. Aside from just getting good at the problem solving process, which takes practice, those are the big ones.
From one perspective, we could think of the specific expectations, unmet expectations, as the problems that we need to solve. But I would say, let's say the example with the child who was not able to raise the hand on time and wait, let's say, there might be this impulsiveness in all other type of other situations. Let's say you need to
Could be.
wait until you would run somewhere, or you need to wait until until you eat something and then there will be a cake, or whatever. So wouldn't and it feels like there is an umbrella, and it feels like maybe I could hack the system, let's say, and instead of approaching each of the problem, somehow solve the bigger problem, if this is makes sense from what I'm saying. But do you understand what I
I
mean?
do. And by the way, on that particular issue, impulsiveness, medicine is a good option, right? Medicine could give us a one fell swoop solution to that, right? Some parents don't want to medicate. Some kids don't respond to medication. Some kids have side effects to medication. On that particular issue, medicine, that's something medicine does well. The list of things medicine does well is actually not that long, but impulsiveness is on it, right? Hyperactivity is on it. Attention span is on it. Mood is on it. Anxiety is on the list. And giving kids an emotional muffler or a longer fuse is on that list. But there are a lot of things that are not on that list that medicine is not going to address. So in the case of impulsiveness, I'm always looking, do I think that this kid's impulsiveness, hyperactivity, inattention is at a level that medicine actually seems like it's going to be a good idea? There's just too many unsolved problems. And or I'm not even sure this kid's going to be able to participate in the problem solving process without medicine. Then I'm thinking about medicine if it's one of those issues, right? I still want to identify all the unsolved problems because some of them I might not need medicine to solve. So it's always this interesting balance in my mind as a clinician. What do I need medicine for? Do I even need medicine here? Is this kid so hyperactive, impulsive, inattentive, explosive, irritable, cranky, grouchy, grumpy, nervous, worried, anxious, scared, that it would be good to give the kids some relief while we're trying to solve some of these problems? That's a consideration. Do I think I can get this done without medicine? That's a consideration as well. All of that comes down to clinical judgment call. So I don't want to say that medicine doesn't sometimes come into play. I think that medicine comes into play less often with me because, as a clinician, because I am much more open-minded than some about the need for medicine. But if a kid needs medicine, I'm not going to hesitate.
Yeah, and that's basically the other side of this. My parental concern is that I don't want our kids to be over medicated for the things that actually don't need any medical intervention.
Well, and that's the thing. By solving problems collaboratively, by being proactive, by implementing the model fully, I am positive there are kids who would have been on medicine who are not on medicine because of the problem-solving process.